Welcome back to Baseball Spark, a channel where legends come alive, stats tell stories, and greatness gets its spotlight. Today we're talking about a player who didn't just play center field, he redefined it. The man who ranks as the second best center fielder in MLB history, and honestly, depending on who you ask, maybe even number one. This is the story of Willie Mays, the spark that never burned out. Let's rewind to 1951. The New York Giants call up a 20-year-old kid from Alabama. His name? Willie Howard Mays Jr. He starts over 12. Most rookies would be panicking. But then, boom, first hit, a home run off Hall of Famer Warren Spahn. Spahn later joked, "We might have gotten him out if we'd left him alone." That wasn't just a hit, it was a declaration. Baseball had a new star, and he wasn't going anywhere. September 29th, 1954. Game 1 of the World Series. The New York Giants versus the Cleveland Indians. Top of the 8th inning. Tie game, runners on first and second. Vic Wertz steps up and absolutely crushes a pitch to deep center field. Now let's pause for a second. This wasn't your average fly ball. This was a missile, a 420-foot rocket launched into the Polo Grounds, a stadium so massive it made most ballparks look like backyard diamonds. Center field stretched out to 483 feet. That's not a typo. 483. Most outfielders would have turned, taken a few steps, and thought, well, see you later. But not Willie Mays. He takes off like a sprinter in the 100-meter dash, eyes locked on the ball, no glance at the wall, no hesitation, just pure instinct and trust in his own speed. And then, bang, he makes the catch. Over the shoulder, full stride, smooth, clean, like he'd done it 1,000 times in practice. Except this wasn't practice. This was the World Series. But here's the part that gets overlooked. The throw. Willie doesn't just catch the ball, he spins and fires a laser to the infield. Larry Doby, the runner on second, had already rounded third. But Mays' throw was so fast, so precise, it throws him in his tracks. No run scored. No momentum shift, just a defensive masterpiece. Let's settle this in the comments. Was the catch the greatest defensive play in World Series history? Or does another moment top it? Let's hear your picks. And here's what makes it even more legendary. There's no slow motion replay, no high-def camera angles, just grainy footage and stunned silence, followed by an eruption from the crowd. The announcer lost his voice, the fans lost their minds, and Willie? He just jogged back to center field like it was business as usual. No chest pounding, no fist pumping, just a quiet swagger that said, yeah, I do this. That one play didn't just save the game, it defined Willie Mays. Breathtaking athleticism, perfect timing, and a flair for making the hardest plays look routine. It's the kind of moment that lives forever, not just in highlight reels, but in baseball's soul. Let's talk numbers, because Mays didn't just pass the eye test, he dominated the stat sheet. 660 home runs, 3,283 hits, 12 gold gloves, 2 MVP awards, and 24 All-Star selections, tied for the most in MLB history. The last one? Think about it. If All-Star appearances were a TV show, Willie Mays would have outlasted The Simpsons. From the 50s through the early 70s, if there was an All-Star game, Willie was in it. He wasn't just popular, he was permanent. In 1952, Mays is drafted, not by a team, but by the U.S. Army. He misses nearly 2 full seasons during the Korean War. Most players lose 2 years in their prime and never recover. But Mays? He comes back in 1954, hits .345 with 41 homers, wins MVP, and leads the Giants to a World Series title. It's like he pressed pause, served his country, then hit unpause and picked up right where he left off. That's not just talent, that's superhuman resilience. Now let's talk about longevity. Not just playing long, but playing great for a long time. Willie Mays didn't just stick around, he thrived. He played 23 seasons in the majors. That's not 23 seasons of riding the bench, waving to fans, or padding stats in blowouts. That's 23 seasons of being a threat, a real one. From his rookie year in 1951 to his final season in 1973, Mays was a fixture in center field. And here's the wild part. He didn't fade. He didn't limp to the finish line. He sprinted through it. At age 34, he won his second MVP. At age 40, he stole 23 bases. At age 42, he helped the Mets reach the World Series. Let that sink in. Most players are lucky to last a decade. Even All-Stars start to decline after 7 or 8 years. But Mays, he doubled that and still had gas in the tank. Here's a challenge for you. Can you name another player who stayed elite into their 40s? Drop your picks in the comments. Let's see who stacks up. And it wasn't just physical durability, it was mental sharpness. Mays had baseball IQ for days. He read pitchers like novels. He anticipated plays before they happened. He turned routine outs into highlight reels, and highlight reels into legends. Think about this. If you combined the average career length of 2 All-Star players, you'd still need a couple more years to match Willie. That's not just rare, that's historic. And here's the kicker. He lost nearly 2 full seasons to military service in his prime. Most players never recover from that. Mays came back and won MVP. So when we say he's the second best center fielder of all time, it's not just about peak performance. It's about sustained excellence. It's about showing up year after year and still being the best player on the field. Willie Mays didn't just play baseball. He outlasted it. But Mays wasn't just stats and highlights. He had style. The basket catch, the smooth trot, the smile that lit up stadiums. He played with joy, like baseball was a gift he couldn't wait to unwrap every day. Fans adored him, teammates respected him, opponents feared him. And he never showboated. After the catch, he didn't pound his chest or point to the sky. He just jogged back to center field like it was business as usual. That quiet confidence? That was Willie. So here's the twist in today's story. We're calling Willie Mays the second best center fielder in MLB history. And yes, that's a massive compliment. Because number 2 on this list isn't just great, he's generational. He's the kind of player who could dominate in any era, any stadium, against any pitcher. But here's the catch. We're keeping the number 1 spot a secret. All we'll say for now is he's a Negro League legend. A player whose impact on the game was seismic, even if the record books didn't always reflect it. So why does Willie land at number 2? Because he was the complete package. Power, speed, defense, instincts, charisma. Mays had it all. He wasn't just a 5-tool player. He was the prototype for 5-tool greatness. He hit 660 home runs, won 12 Gold Gloves, made 24 All-Star teams, and played elite baseball for 23 seasons, even into his 40s. His face integrated competition. He battled legends like Koufax, Gibson, and Drysdale. He played coast to coast, under the lights, in ballparks that swallowed home runs whole. And he thrived. Now here's where you come in. If Willie Mays is number 2, who do you think is number 1? Drop your guesses in the comments and tell us why. Negro League fans, historians, stat heads, we want to hear from you. And let's be honest, there's no wrong answer here, because when you're talking about Willie Mays, you're talking about a player who could have been number 1 in almost any other ranking. He didn't just play center field, he owned it. So stay tuned, because in a future episode, we'll reveal our pick for number 1. And trust us, it's a name you need to know. Willie Mays wasn't just a player, he was a spark that lit up baseball for over 2 decades and still burns in the hearts of fans today. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who still believes in baseball magic. This is Baseball Spark, where legends never fade and stories never stop swinging.